everyone, welcome to Synergy Lab, and I have but one question to ask you. Is it so wrong to use a vibrating foot massager? Oh, okay, I'm stuttery pausing because I'm keenly, as I continue this sentence, aware of the amount of eyebrows that are raising. Okay, I'm now realizing that probably most of the people watching this are having eyebrows that's akin to a field of meerkats being startled. And that thought alone is quite satisfying to me. And how often do you get to say a field of meerkats being startled? That's not a common phrase, but it is a wonderful start. It's a wonderful start. We're not quite there yet, alright? We'll get to different animals and different levels of being alarmed. But meerkats in a field, that's an adequate place to begin. I feel like I've already got a little bit sidelined. Today's synergy is quite in depth, to the point where I actually don't think that I'm gonna be able to recreate it, and might have to pull a here's one I made earlier. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that my memory will serve me, but we're talking about my memory serving me, which we all know it's a stretch. It's more of a stretch than the Stretch Armstrong I broke when I was a kid, pouring flowery, like, white powder stuff all over my face, crying my eyes out, and having mixed white pasty tears crawling down my face when my dad saw me and went... And forever then on, my entire way of viewing the life was shattered and changed. I lost a friend that day, and I was humiliated and sad. It's a real eye-opening experience. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you want your children to be an amazingly funny YouTube gamer, alright, break their toys and make fun of them! Do it now! Guaranteed! Either way, it's going to require a lot of items in a very specific order, and I might have already bugged it up. I really might have. But yeah, back to the vibrating foot massager. Okay, back to a vibrating foot massager. I got one for Christmas, and you know those types of presents that you get that you kind of like, yeah, thanks, and then you sort of put away and you kind of forget that you even have them for like months and months, and then you're like, oh yeah, I guess I'll use it if it's even if it's just once, I at least want to use it, and I kind of had that with this. I found it and I got it back out and I put it on the ground because it's just a little thing. It sits on the floor. You press your foot into it and it just and it's supposed to feel, like fine on your feet, like massagey, you know what a massage. I don't have to tell you what a massage is, okay? I don't have to tell you. And what do I get? Well, we'll grab Holy Light and Cricket's Body. That's an okay little addition on this floor. I think I'm really quite nervous. I feel like a test that I've not properly revised for, and it's going to decide everything. I mean, already I do kind of really like the Holy Light versions of this. It looks very, very striking with the purple and the shape of tears that you do get from Shielded Tears, which is very good. Ooh, let's have a look at what this run would have given us. Let's have a look at what this run would have... Good God. Oh, I'm glad this is a Synergy Lab, I will tell you that much. But the thing is, this foot massager turned out to just be really kind of, like it was super lame it ended up being, and I do really like things like that. I love little gadgety stuff that do things. It's just this one in particular kind of wasn't working. I don't think it being on carpet helped it, because most of the vibrations were going into the ground and not into my foot. Danny stood next to me. She was feeling a better foot massage just stood on the ground a foot away from the device than my foot was placed firmly upon it. But not wanting to give up, I wanted to find a use for it, so I thought, okay, alright, well, I like having my head vibrated. Look, don't judge me, we all have our vices. So I pressed it against my face and realized hang on, this is meant for feet, and you actually need quite a lot of pressure to activate the and I realize there's so many parts of this story that can be taken seriously out of context, so I'm like pushing it against my face and my skull, trying to apply enough pressure to make it go, oh yes, there's a foot here, vibration time, and it hurt like hell. I was having to force this metal like ball bearing that you're supposed to roll your foot up and down while it's vibrating into my face, like, ugh! And eventually it started going, and I'm like, this is a bad idea. In agonizing pain, pushing this metal into my skull while it vibrates the intensity of the pain. And I'm like, all right, back to the drawing board. So we'll add a few more while we're here. We will get ourselves a little horn. Yes, we will. And we're also going to get... What are we going to get? Guys, what are we going to get? I don't even know. What the hell are we going to get? I'll tell you what we're going to get. We're going to grab the Crown of Light. And I absolutely adore how the shielded tears do look when it comes to the perfect, the glowy, the orange. And what we can do in the Synergy Lab, look, is put guaranteed tear effects on so that everything ends up being a lovely disintegration tier. And this is going to be kind of key, I would say, to what we're going to be attempting to achieve later. Definitely key. In fact, for now, because we have this turned on, I will grab myself an early milk and have this, and actually I kind of like that little dark glowing spot splattering around the ground. And the cool thing, of course, because it is, you know, permanent little horn, it doesn't really matter what damage you do, because we're literally atomizing everything for having the audacity to stand near us, you know. So that's definitely, like, I do like the idea of people being turned into nothingness dust for just kind of being near me. If I'm having a bad day, you know, only if I'm in a bad mood. It's not like I'd casually vaporize any of you guys just for the fun of it, though. It would be kind of cool to be like, boom, and then your little finger's been vaporized. I'm like, yeah, your little finger's gone. It's only a joke, man. Why are you so bad? You don't need it anyway. It barely does any functions. Could you ever forgive me if I vaporized one of your little fingers? This is a genuine question, guys. I need to know. If you're in an alleyway and I mug you, plot twist! If you've been following the series of muggings, which is not a sentence that I feel like I should be able to say in my videos. If you've been following a mugging storyline throughout Isaac, suddenly plot twist, and I appear and vaporize your little finger, would you ever forgive me? Could you? Could you find it in your heart if I'm like, I'm sorry, it was a mistake, I thought it would be funny, I see now that I'm wrong, I made a mistake. And I want us to still be friends. I want us to still be the best of pals. I want to make content. I was going to say good content, but then I was like, well, I'm fine accepting that I'm probably trash. And I want to keep it going. I want you to watch and I want you to laugh, whether it's at me or with me. It doesn't matter. We're all laughing. The world is happy. Please. I'll give you a new little finger. It'll be made out of marble and tied on with string. Oh, could you forgive me? I realize that plea for forgiveness wasn't incredible. So we got this going on, and don't worry, we'll finish the vibrations later on. And what do I get? You'll see when we get to the end why this was especially tricky for me, but for now we are going to grab ourselves here Molicra. And what I love about this is with the effects on, as you can see, each one is like a little light grenade as it lands on the ground and then bouncing away with all of its explosions coming out. Each one is just this almost like a flashbang when it connects with the ground, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Like, genuinely a really, really cool way of displaying tears. And it's not crazy and over the top either, but it is very nice, and certainly something that we haven't so much as slightly peeked at before. So my new plan with the vibrator tour was to, with the massager, the vibe. Again, there's a lot of context that can be taken out of during this story, and I would thank you all to not make audio clips, because I will be forced to cut that out, and you all know how I feel about actually spending time editing. I guess I can't get away with that really anymore when everything is kind of like, Isaac to me is the pure series. It's me, my voice, my crying child in a basement, and you guys having tomfoolery, you know. It's my stress relieving verbal putty where we all shenanigans together. But everything else, I'm like, all right, I gotta hours and hours and oh my god. And honestly, I kind of like that. It keeps Isaac this sort of pure special place in my heart. And I feel like at this point, if I cut bits out and, you know, shortened the run by like 20 minutes by removing bits that I thought were boring and cluttered everything with little inserts, I feel like we'd lose almost the soul of this series that has been with us for so long. I really, really do, and I think that would be kind of almost a shame, you know. I don't know if you guys agree on that. I guess it'd be quite interesting to get your opinions, but I love that this is so intense that it's look at it, just the flashing of color each time it explodes. Alright, can we kill you very, very easily? We can kill you very, very easily. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Alright, so we have ourselves quite a lot of pop there. That's good, and we're on Necro 1. Alright, we will add to this, I think, the Deadeye now, because yes, we're going to get quite glowy, don't judge me, and we're also going to add the Monstro's Lung for a pop, which is kind of really, I like it, it's pretty good. And again, I mean, it depends how you like it, because it's like a cluster of flash grenades, which I think are really, really nice. So I pressed it against my head, and then put my headset on, and then kind of got some tape and wound it really tight around my headset and chin, being careful to avoid my hair, of course. I'm not stupid. And that way it was forcibly turned on while also forcibly kept in place thanks to my headset and makeshift sort of jimmying setup. And that was good, right? But then, you know, when Danny walks in and goes, "Why is your head vibrating?" And I'm there, like, sat on my computer, like, I don't know what you mean. I realized, hang on. This probably isn't something I can just permanently do, if I'm honest. So I undid all of it, and then went, one last thing. This might be weird, but I like really intense, like, vibrations in my ears. It's why I genuinely like people going, "Oh!" like shouting at point blank in my ears. It's awful, and my hearing is really shot because of this, but you know, what can you do? We're only human. And I was like, maybe? So I pressed it against my ear and went, no, this is an absolutely awful decision. It's not doing anything. I'm just pressing hard plastic against a really sensitive and delicate part of my body because I'm an absolute moron. So in short, I managed to do nothing of worth with it, and it's now next. I'll give a bit of credibility to this. I don't know how well you can hear it, but it's just doesn't do anything. You know, no part of me that I make it vibrate. It doesn't, and I mean, I guess it gave me this video where I can say all of this stuff, which I probably shouldn't have done, as far as the grand scheme of the internet is concerned. So that's a thing. Strangely, I have even something more awkward to tell you. So we're going to get pop now, which will let us fire them all out like so, which is really nice, right? Like, that's all good, and then they flash grenade everywhere, and that's lovely. But we have a few little final addendums to the formula to make it just So, we want to get the flatworm. Don't often get the flatworm, but now we get the flatworm because it makes these spinning diamond and circular shapes that are absolutely lovely. And now each little one floating in the air looks... Ah! I literally just thought, wait a minute, do I have hard drive space? And as I looked at the indicator telling me if I was recording or not, it went from recording to not because I ran out. It's still unprofessional, but at least no, it's still just terrible. But we are back. So we want these diamond shapes and spinning circular effect because it turns each one of them into a kind of floating, glowing eye, which I think is wonderful. And then if we... the amount of places I tried to press that hard metal, like, foot vibrate triggerer into, it's just... And not like that, okay? That did not happen. Though now that I think about it... No, not on camera at least. Alright, so... we want a few little final touches to this loveliness, and it comes in the form of my reflection and... sinus infection. So now we fire a load out, they follow us round, and we have this cool little arsenal of spinning, glowing, disintegration void eyes that'll just keep trailing us round for when we need them. And what I will do to enhance the effect somewhat, because I'm all about that effect enhancement. You ask anyone what I like to do, and they will tell you effect enhancement. I'm going to make myself just a little bit smaller. Can't go too much further, though, because I do kind of need the ability to not have too much range down. So we'll grab that while we're here. We'll grab this, and then we will cut our body away, and then we should be looking good. So now what we want is we fire it out, and each time it impacts with something, it will flash like the grenade that it will, and then this lovely tiny swarm of glowing void eyes will follow us wherever they need to go. So we walk into a room, get some going, they will disintegrate where they can disintegrate, but if they crash into a wall, the flash grenades will flash, generating a whole mass more of these lovely, lovely things. And we can kind of go like this, which does give them a certain eerie glow in the gloom. And this synergy is especially incredible for clearing out just random trash enemies in each room, because obviously it means that they just get instantly one-shot and eviscerated by the power. And just the flashing everywhere. Like if I just stand in front of the wall and I absolutely adore it. Now the thing is, it's very tempting to have a kind of wooden cement. Yes, wooden cement. It's very tempting to have wooden cement with this, but you kind of don't want to, because without it, you still get the actual flashes when something impacts, and that's kind of where it needs to be at. I don't know what that one over there is doing. Oh, there we go. Actually triggered. There we go. The flash is happening, and I don't know if it's better or worse with the lights on or off, but it's just a little bit of a shame that I can't give them their own little glow. I mean, a part of me... should I try Mysterious Liquid? I initially looked over it because I don't want the pools of crap everywhere. I think that would kind of take something away from this. But now I'm starting to more think that maybe it might just be worth it. But I don't know. Oh, it's a difficult decision. I'll try it on the next floor. You know what? For science, which is what we're here for, that's what we'll do. So, further embarrassing stories. Look at them going, just flashing everywhere constantly. It's so wonderful. It really is. So, the final step to my kitchen and lounge being redone was, of course, painting on the bare plaster walls. Wow, I didn't know you could get... I must have seen it before, but... well, we can't take that, we can't take Bloody Lust, we can't take the Eye, we can't take Bobby, we can't take Ipecac, we can't take a Robo Baby. The Bean is the Bean, and then Mr. Mega. Do we do the boss rush on this one? I think we still should, right? Yeah, let's see how we go. I mean, we can always fool out if it turns out it's not really working very well for us. I can't help but notice none of our sinus tears are really working that much. But what I do like is, oh yeah, there we go, kind of swarming round him, attached. He is melting ever down, and then they all follow us. These little dark beads of light. I just adore it so. I really, really do. Look at it. Oh, they look really good in this room. I'm so happy. The flashing of power when they first go out, but it's a little bit... It's not the most damaging thing to bosses. That's the thing. This might actually be one of the first synergy labs where we don't go to the Hush, because there's not a good way for it to kill the Hush, and that's something I'm actually concerned about. I've managed to make something that against bosses is kind of, it's fine, but against normal enemies, it's absolutely unstoppably amazing. Like, it might be the best thing just ever at killing normal rooms, but bosses, not so much. So, it needed painting, which obviously meant getting a painter in. That kind of makes sense, right? So I did so, and they arrived, and the first thing that they wanted to know is what needs painting. So I told them, and that's all cool. And then they wanted to know more specifics, things that maybe I did, maybe I didn't, that weren't so obvious, because you obviously want the walls, but do you want this, like, sort of beige, like, wooden strip that's against one of the sides here painted, or do you want it left natural? That kind of thing. So he points at one of those, and I obviously did want it painting, so to me it was an obvious question. I didn't really consider that it might not be the, air quotes, normal thing. So he points at it and goes, do you want that painting? And then I'm like, well, hang on, wait, Brain, what did you just hear? Let's have a little bit of a confirmation party. Just real quick, let's have a confirmation party. And to me, because obviously when they arrive is early in the morning, 8, 9 a.m., which is really late at night equivalent for me. Obviously it's late at night in general, but it's, it's going to bed super late, super tired, super not paying attention because my attention span's short, and look at them all surrounding the little guy. Oh, and I didn't hear it properly, and what I registered was, so, painting then? And I just thought he was, being witty, for want of a better word. Like, oh yeah, obviously, I want painting. That's why I got you, I get it. What else for the reason? I just thought it was a bit of banter. So he looks at me, actually asks, so do you want this painting then? And because I heard so painting then and took it as that, my reaction was, good one. I just wanted, I wanted to be like, no, I get it. I could totally speak normal person, have normal conversations. Maybe overdid it with the laughter. But I get looked at like, ooh, and I'm like, oh no, what have I done? What have I done? So then obviously, yes, again, I'm like, oh. So I clarify. And then retreat, and just kind of go lie on my bed and stare at the ceiling, and just kind of ask myself, why am I like this? Like, why genuinely am I like this? What have I done to end up this way? What have I done to myself? Like, seriously. Also, how the hell is this boss rush not completed yet? Like, I feel like we really have killed a lot of bosses. Like, the item really should spawn, and it's still just not. I mean, fortunately, this wave is great, and we have quite the little stock up of tears, which is very, very, very nice. I am kind of tempted to get rid of Monstro's Lung just to remove the slightly more sizable ones, but I don't know if the size variation is good, or if they all should be tiny. I don't know if some of them being larger is for the greater good or not. I just don't know. How is there still more? Like, chat, like, what? This is crazy. This has got to be a boss plus, like, XL, extra large, dead tooth. Thank you. Thank you for that. Really amazing prize for my gladiatorial prowess then. I feel really properly revered and rewarded. And I'm out of tea. My cup has no tea. left in it, and that's sad in and of itself, really. That's also just absolutely awful. So let's grab Mysterious Liquid. Let's together find out what this does. You know, does it give them the glow? Does it give them the glow that we are after? Let's go super down, and no. God damn it. That is... See, I want them to have a gloomy glow, but I just can't do it, you know? I've tried and tried, and I just... got nothing. I absolutely got nothing. Except a following army of flash grenades. A part of me is tempted to grab Piercing Tears. I'm going to kind of do that because they'll still impact against the walls and sides and flash, but this way my swarm kind of stays my swarm and keeps going. Godhead doesn't work, the glow, it's just too to it, so yeah, I really like this. I do like the subtler synergies. I'm definitely kind of into that recently. I don't know if you've noticed, but I like the more sort of technical ones, and this took a lot of working out. I cannot stress the amount of iterations that it took to get to something that I was like, yes, this is what I want. It was absolutely crazy. It really, really was. So I'm happy we have ended with something I really like. Oh, just seeing them all cleave through. Oh, flashing on the wall, generating more. Yes, I like this. You've like got the mother and father grenades and all the little children grenades following along. Oh, the mother exploded against the wall. Now the father is a lone grenade father, and you know what they say about lone grenade fathers. Oh, yes. Yes, you do. Still really not sure about the Hush. I genuinely think that this cannot actually handle the... Shall we go crazy? Shall we have a synergy lab where we go, like, Mega Satan? Should we do... Is that heresy, or is that... I don't know. Should I? Guys, do I break the mold? Do I do something different? I'm so confused. I don't know. I don't know the correct way. And by the way, guys, if we turn the permanent effects false, we end up with some very, very different looking variations. And honestly, you might prefer them. I will leave it false for a flaw, at the very least, because the permanent glow on top of the purple is very appealing in its own regard. I do need to heal up, because apparently I'm really bad. No, that's it. So we have just them, normal, like, little... Oh, it's almost like a pill capsule, you know, like those little plastic ones with the two colours. Yeah, like the ones in the game that I apparently forgot existed. So now you just have a kind of splash of purple when it impacts, and it's not crazy, is it? But you can get Blood Clot to customize the colour a little bit more, and then you have some much brighter ones that, you know, they've also got certain bit of appeal, popping open, flying through the air, blood everywhere, like it doesn't just care. But I feel like turning them all to the darkness is what you want. In fact, look at this, and now, I can actually switch them to it while they're in flight. That's really, really cool. And I guess just for completionist's sake, let's have a go at the boombox on these. And boom! Whoa! That was kind of good. In fact, they're just staying there. Oh, I've made like a permanent hive of death. That's kinda cool. Look at this, guys. We're having such a little discovery here. So obviously that just keeps throwing them out, and that's good. But if I grab that, and look at this, we're breaking all sorts of conventions, Ninja Lab. If I grab that and I grab Magnetic Tears, I'm letting you in on the process here. And then did all of them really stick to it? Ooh, threw him against the wall, and that's, oh, okay, actually, magnetism is a pretty decent addition to this. I like that, but if I do this and then, whoa! That was quite the little light cacophony, wasn't it? My word! And then we just leave a permanent hive of rotating destruction pills. I'm actually going to use the full and then grab ourselves, which is it, little battery? That's the one, so we can keep making them on the same fight, and that's really fantastic. Yeah, let's go Mega Saiyan with this and do all sorts of different. I like it a lot. Hello, it lives. Boom. Oh, they've all got the red glow as well. How's this? Oh, okay, that actually looks really nice in the gloom. Especially if we 2.5 it, I'm really not against that. Look at it, and then can I... I can explode them a second time, which is really wonderful. Though I think it might have not as helped as much as I initially thought. They're really trying their best, like really badly trying their best, but just not quite making it. Then boom, because it like spirals out and then flashes against the sides of the room. I really love that we do a genuine synergy that does not gain from having bouncing tears on, because normally it does, right? But the impact is kind of really what we like here. Let's go, Isaac. This is so weird. This is the Untrodden Path. This is a mystery. This is new. This could be anything and nothing. But there you go. There you go. Oh, yep, splattering everywhere. Looking good. And then, vroom. Oh, I love it when it first explodes. And you just get loads of flashes. I know I'm saying it a lot, but it really is. I really like it. Like, you may have noticed. But I like this. How the hell did tears get past that just massive tear-blocking tears? Yeah, it's even struggling to kill Isaac. A part of me genuinely thinks that I would actually... Wait for it. Boom! Yes, there we go. Though that still doesn't add very much damage to the whole thing, so I don't really know how to feel about that. That's kind of bugging out. Can you imagine lump of coal on this? They'd just keep growing infinitely until they were the size of the room, and that wouldn't exactly be amazing. See, it looks fantastic in every regard. Oh, look at that when we put the lights back on. We did it, guys. We did it. This has actually been just one of the most genuinely fun synergy labs I've been a part of. I say like I've not been a part of all of them in a while. Go on then, we'll take Gerald in. And we will hope for the best against Mega Satan here. That's all we can really do. Hope that we can defeat all evil with that. Actually worked out really suddenly well. They are very much going for him. Look at it. Yes, get him. He's kind of like, stop, oh, God, please, no. And that's what I like to see. I like to see my enemies begging and struggling. Wait, is everything that's going to spawn just going to get, like, insta-zoomed into the death mass? Because if that's the case, can I just chill here? And then everything is fine? So more stuff's going to... Ran out of hard drive space twice in one video. That's not happened for a while. That's kind of sad. Yeah, it really is just an endless swarm of glow. Look at it. Oh, let's turn tear effects. Oh, wait, yeah, it's not going to do anything. Sad times. Ooh, the light just looked like it was the angel's blood bursting violently out of it. And when you picture it like that, it's really unnecessary for me to say. That's kind of gnarly, actually. I don't know why I went with that. I really don't. I do a lot of things that I do wonder about sometimes, but most of the time, I think it's okay. Look at that sea of gorgeousness! Ah! Orange, you're glad I did this synergy. The fire coming out of it actually looks like it's part of the synergy, even though it's just the attack of Mega Satan. Now, that is some advanced synergying, where you use the enemy's effects, which I totally planned for, of course, to contribute to the aesthetic, because it does look like a giant flame, and the others are coming off it. Do I go for the spacebar? A part of me wants to. Oh, that was really nice. I've just been kind of chilling. I'm actually really surprised that this even managed to win. I mean, yes, it's still pretty good. What just I can't move. I actually can't. What just happened? My name has been Rage. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more. I'll see you next time. Oh, goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kinda relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.